Hi everybody, this is my review of the Iview V8. A nice little China phone that just checks every box there is to check if you want a phone that does more than your standard base phone. This is a $200 phone, no kidding. 200 bucks. Cost is completely not equal to what you get. You get so much more on here, it's not even funny. For starters, this is a clone of the Oppo N1. Yep, a China phone cloning a China phone. It's almost surreal. The bottom line here is, I think they did a better job than Oppo did, and they did it for 1/3 the price. Oppo's N1 goes for about 600 bucks. This, the Iview, goes for only 200 bucks. Like the N1, its N1 counterpart, it has a rotatable camera that is 13 megapixels, has dual LED flash built into it, which is really nice, dual Sony CMOS sensors, basically a really nice camera. Shoots video well at 108op as well. The reason I'm actually doing this review, by the way, is that every other video review that I have seen on this phone is for its older original variant, which had 1 gigabyte of RAM built into it. This particular, the newest and latest one from them, has 2 gigabytes built in. Let me give you the rundown on the specs. It uses an NTK MT6591T, that's a mouthful, 6-core processor, hexa-core. This is the 6-core version of their 8-core that they've had out for a while now, and it's a very powerful processor. It really is. You will not be wanting for power on this. The GPU is a Mali 450 MP2. Plays back any game very easily. It's got a 5.5-inch 720p screen, which is IPS. It is running KitKat 4.4.2. Has 16 gigabytes of RAM of memory built in with the aforementioned 2 gigabytes of RAM. I have in here right now a 64 gigabyte micro SD card, so I know it handles it very well. It also has NFC, surprising for a China phone at any cost really. A rear touchpad, which is located right here. It's kind of useful, but really its only real use is if you want to get into an app quickly, into like say the camera quickly. You can tap it twice and it goes right into the camera immediately, and you can take a picture easily on that, but other than that it really doesn't have much use. I keep it shut off. It has dual band Wi-Fi. Again, $200 phone, folks. You're not going to find that in a $200 phone. Bluetooth 4.0, and for the bands it handles, it is a 3G phone. The WCDMA bands are 850, 1900, 2100 MHz, and the GSM bands are 850, 900, 1800, and 1900 MHz. I will confirm that on T-Mobile's network, the 1900 MHz band works in HSPA+, which is the fastest you can get on 3G, and works very well. Very quick phone, not having any problems with it. It's just all around a very solid offering by Iview, and by them updating it the way they have with newer firmwares, the aforementioned upgrading from 1 gigabyte to 2 gigabytes of RAM, it shows that this company actually cares. It really does, because most China phones, you get it and you're pretty much stuck with what you have, period. Not much else. Getting into what this phone can do, this is the stock launcher as it comes. It's apparently a copy of the one on the N1, and they actually did a pretty good copy. It works very well. Let me pull this thing up close. You can group apps into groupings, actually little tabs, if you want to have, like, for instance, racing games, flying games. I have Shooters Plus on here. You could also put all my benchmarks in one spot here. The bottom line is you don't have to have 8 different screens if you don't want it. you just throw everything onto one screen here, and I think everything works really nice by doing so. Everything opens up smoothly, everything works smoothly. You can even group the bottom icons, which not too many phones allow you to do. I like that. I have people for my messaging as well as the messenger itself, which comes standard on this phone. The screen, as you can see, viewing angles are just phenomenal. They really are. Only going to get this with an IPS screen, folks. And 720p, 260 dpi, more than enough. Okay, you will not once look at this screen and say, I'm having a hard time reading it. You just won't. It works really, really nicely on that. It's got fantastic battery life. 2400 mAh battery. Might not sound like a very big battery, but I'm getting all day use out of this. And I can even go to the next day if I want to and still have some juice left. It's pretty nice. Phone supports over-the-air updates. As a matter of fact, when I first got this, I went in to do an update on it, and boom, it updated. And I was pretty impressed by that. I really was. Something else for us geeks out there, in developer mode, it actually handles art. And I have had this phone in art literally since the day I got it. Works beautifully, smoothly, not having a problem with any apps so far. Some apps don't work very well with art, so it's kind of nice to know. So far, so good. I've been doing very well with that. And lots of folks always ask me if these phones can do on-the-go. This thing does on-the-go very nicely. Does not come with a cable for it, so you're going to have to pick yourself up a cable. Let me do a really quick rundown on what's available here. You can, power button is right here. You have the volume button right next to it. Nothing on this side. The top obviously has nothing but the camera that rotates, and the bottom is the microphone. You have your charging port and your 3.5mm headphone jack. Very simple, very basic phone. It's just, in my opinion, it's just beautiful. It is really well made. I like the lines on it. I love the fact that it has, if you can look, I'm hoping to get this in here, the fact that it has some cuts up on the side here. It's got a little, one of those little scratchy thingies up here for a little bit better grip. In general, it's just, it is a gorgeous phone, and it is really, really well made, in my opinion. It's screwed together better than most phones I paid $600 or $700 for, no joke. This, the rotating camera, in case you're worried about if it's too loose or not, it really isn't. It feels like it stays where you put it, and I like the fact that it doesn't go completely flat. You can actually pull it up like this. For Skyping, it's really nice. You can put your hand on a table and actually Skype comfortably with this. And speaking of Skype, everybody I have Skyped on this, Skyped with this phone, excuse me, has been massively impressed. They swear I am sitting on my computer, which has a 1080p Logitech camera on it, and they swear I'm sitting on my computer talking to them. They still don't believe that I am Skyping them on a phone. So again, if you are a selfie whore, lots of us are, and you do a lot of Skyping, especially for business, which is what I do, this phone is the phone for you, times 10. The pictures that you take on with this are excellent. I've really nice color saturation on all pictures that I've used. Let me pop into this. Here's my friend and his girlfriend, and the bottom line is, as you can see, the color is just excellent on here. It really has a very, very nice look. No graininess, no nothing about it at all. Pictures are excellent on here, and again, the camera is the thing on this phone, but everything else about it really works well. Gaming, no problems at all. Let's go into Angry Birds Go, just because I was just playing it, and we'll have a look at how well this works. Again, I think it works very smoothly. I've never had a single game. The entire Asphalt series, for instance, works very well. To this, loads pretty quickly. Let's get into this, pull me back, and go. I'm going to try to do this while staring into a camera, which is not an easy thing to do. Right. The G-sensor on here works very well. I just don't have it set up in this game. You can see it works very nicely, very smooth. All the details there, it's not dropping a single frame, and it won't drop a single frame. It just won't. myself there. It is a very fun game to play, it really is. By the way, in case you haven't played Angry Birds Go. And I'm really messing this thing up, but I'm doing my best here. And again, just to give you an idea that this thing games effortlessly, there you have it. A lot of things people ask me about are accessories. China phones usually don't have them. This actually comes with a very nice little hard. This is not, as you can see, it's not silicone, but it's a hard-based case, which leaves a hole in the back for the trackpad. This comes in the box. You can buy for about $5, and it's cheap to send it to you. One of these guys. It's actually a really nice flip case. Very soft on the inside, has strong clips that hold the phone in, none of those silly little bands that most of these have, and that of course has the cutout for the trackpad and the like. It's a nice fake leather, and it's a really nice solid case for $5. So you can get some accessories for this. It comes with a screen protector already installed and a second one in the case. So there you go for you're good to go for screen protectors as well. All told, I flat out fell in love with this phone. I really have. Everything about it is phenomenal. It plays games beautifully. Everything that I use it for works well. It's just, again, it is a fantastic, fantastic phone, folks. And here is where I think it was important for somebody to do a test on the 2 GB as opposed to the 1. What I have gotten out of this, my score in Antutu in particular, let's go into history, is 25,538. Yeah, baby. This thing actually rates about 3,000 to 4,000 points higher in Antutu with the 2 GB version than it does with the 1. Everything across the board on this phone definitely benefits from that. It runs, of course, much smoother. It scares me how many apps I have on this phone. I'm not having a problem with running any one of them. Power, not a problem. End quote. You will love this phone if you want a little bit more power going for you. Summing this up, really, this is one of the better phones you're going to get for $200. It really is. Gear Best, which is where I got this from, is always running promotions on several sites. Right now there's a promotion for this on Howard Forums. Just look up iNew V8. I believe it takes 10% off. There's another one on China Phone Express. That's another one that actually has them. Again, just look for them. Google it, look them up, and you'll find quite a few actually that can be applied to this. Gear Best is actually really good for that. The shipping has been very good. I've not had a problem with it. Their service has been excellent. Anytime I've contacted them, they've gotten back to me, no problems. Good company to do business with, they really are. Again, not much more I can add to this review that really hasn't been said about this phone. Do get it if you want it. The 2 GB version is much better than the 1 GB version. I had a 1 GB version in for review before. I never did a review on it because, honestly, I didn't have time to do it. This time around, I bought the 2 GB version for myself because I liked it. So I really liked the original one a lot, just to see really if there would be that much of a difference. And it turns out that, as it turns out, there was a very big difference, especially in gaming speeds and in playing everything, in playing games and in well, scores and benchmarks, which really mean nothing, of course, but it's nice to know you're getting a good, that the benchmarks are high enough on here to quantify its price. You'll have something unique to brag about to your friends. You'll have one of the few 6-core phones out there, and it's just a pretty phone. Beautiful screen, excellent build quality, great battery life. Nutshelling this, you're not going to get better than this for $200. You're just not. Good luck finding it. I've been looking for the longest time. This is the best one I've seen at this price point so far, and you really can't go wrong buying it. If you have any questions at all, ask me below. I'll answer to the best of my ability. Thanks for watching.